Today will be arriving in Kimberley from the Olympics in Tokyo. The teenager was going to be the youngest member of the South African team at the Olympics. She was forced to withdraw after sustaining a fracture to her leg during practice last week. The Northern Cape government is expected to hold a welcome event for the youngster when she arrives today. Let's talk now to Reginald Witbooi. Reginald, a very good morning to you. Quite a sad welcoming back, but what's happening where you are?
Well, a very good morning to you, Desiree, and also to our viewers here. We are here at the Kimberley Airport where the 15-year-old skater Boipelo Awuah just arrived a few minutes ago on that flight from Johannesburg to Kimberley. We know that she couldn't take part in the Tokyo Olympics because she injured herself about a week ago. We know she left here on the 16th of July to represent Kimberley and also South Africa. Now, she was to be the youngest Olympian to represent Kimberley, South Africa, and also the only female skater on the African continent to represent us. But she injured herself in an unfortunate situation, but she arrived and we are going to hand over and speak to her as well. Boipelo, lady of the moment. First of all, before we go to Tokyo, move out of South Africa, where did you get the inspiration from to get into skating?
I got the inspiration from my brother when I was 5 years old, and the feeling I got from being in that environment at the skate park was just so motivating, and that's what has kept me to the sport, and that's what has made me continue doing the sport.
Okay, now we can move to Tokyo and also to the Olympics. You win there, actually representing South Africa and also Kimberley. You are dubbed as the gem of the Northern Cape. How was it like? What was the experience like?
The experience was amazing because I was surrounded by legends, some of the best people in sport, and being around that environment was so motivating, and I would like to go back there, and everything was just so amazing.
When we look at your injury, just tell us, give us more detail, what happened on that day when you were there on your second day and had to practice and you injured yourself?
So in skateboarding is such a technical sport and everything can go wrong at any moment. But I was just practicing my run, and during that moment I think there was like 15 minutes left of my practice session, and unfortunately I had a fall, but I continued skating even afterwards. After the fall I just continued skating and I just kept on going.
Also, you weren't able to take any of your family members due to the COVID-19 pandemic. What was it like not having a family there to inspire you more and to just be that cornerstone to see you moving actually and to clinch maybe even a medal for us at the Olympics?
Having my family not there was kind of sad, but I was surrounded by a good group of people. Brandon van Jalo and Wendy from Saskog, they're good people, and just knowing the fact that my family supporting me from home was enough to get me motivated to go out there and do my best.
Now, this is also not a common sport like your rugby, like your cricket. Where do you see the sport moving in the near future, and what should government officials and other people in the sport fraternity do to give the sport its rightful place in society?
I see skateboarding becoming one of the most biggest sports in the future, and one thing I would love as well is to get more coaches, because other countries out there, the 13-year-olds that won the medals, they've had coaches ever since they started skateboarding, and that's something we don't have out here. So if we can invest in that, that would be nice. And fortunately in Kimberley, our infrastructure, that's one of the best skate parks in the world, and I'm super grateful for that. But I would love for us to have more infrastructures like that around South Africa. I feel like that will help skateboarding grow.
And then also we won our first gold medal this morning from Tatiana Schoenmaker, a world record, 2 minutes 18 seconds. How do you feel about that?
Tatiana, that's amazing and it's so motivating because I actually got the opportunity to sit with her and talk with her about her entire journey, and it's just so motivating. And Tatiana said it herself, there's nothing that can stop a South African who has a goal, and that was so motivating.
Indeed, thank you so much. Sir, we are going to move over to you. You've been her rock, you and your wife, throughout this whole process. How do you feel?
As a family, we are very excited. So excited, but it's quite unfortunate, unexpected happened. But we have accepted it. We have accepted it, and we take it forward.
And you think that she will move forward in life by maybe go back there and represent our country and even get us a medal there in the near future?
She can do it easily. You know, before she left, she said he was going to bring a medal, of which even immediately that girl from Britain received the gold. She told me on the phone, that is why even I'm having tears. She told me that, Daddy, those tricks of that girl is my old tricks. I was going to win, but now I'm going to train hard after recovery and make sure that 2024 something happens. But that will be a decision the family will take within a short, but from herself, she's passionate to make sure that he represents South Africa, Kimberley in particular, again in the Olympics in France.
Thank you so much. So we are going to move over to the MEC of Sports, Arts and Culture here in the province, Mrs. Desiree Finis. Ma'am, just tell us in terms of Boipelo went to represent the Northern Cape at the Olympics. She couldn't. What's the feeling on the ground from citizens here in the Northern Cape?
The citizens are supporting Boipelo. They are also not feeling well that she didn't make it. But we know if she went through to the games, she would have bring back a medal. That is the feeling of the citizens on the ground.
And also a setback for the province itself.
I will not say it's a setback. We are not happy, but we know she's young and she will present the province in the next Olympics again. We know that.
Thank you so much, MEC. I'm going to move over to the MEC of Economic Development and Tourism in our province, Mr. Abraham Fosolo. Just to speak to us in terms of infrastructure, we heard what Boipelo said, that more investment needs to be done. What are you doing from your side? Because we've done numerous stories on skateboarding taking place, but promises were made, not fulfilled.
No, thank you for the opportunity. I think from the perspective of the provincial government, already more than a decade ago, in 2010, the vision of the government at that time was to establish throughout the province facilities and the right infrastructure to actually empower our young people throughout the districts. And we have done that in all 5 districts. The facility that we have here, the skate park that we have here in Kimberley, still needs to be upgraded. We do have a plan as provincial government in place to actually further develop that facility to ensure that we meet the international standards, and also to empower us and put us in a position to actually bid for international events in the future, whether it's going to be world champs or African champs opportunities. That's why what we are going to do, and that's a process. In fact, where we are now is exactly because of the infrastructure that we have put in place as a provincial government. Remember, 10 years back, there was nothing. We have done a lot up till here, but we agree there's still a lot that we should do, and obviously, the issues that have been raised, we will actually ensure that we address those. But from the side of the provincial government, the decision that we have taken in 2010 to start with this initiative with ensuring that extreme sport tourism in the Northern Cape becomes important and becomes part of our vision as a Northern Cape. that actually yielded results. And the mere fact that she's here already indicates that she's a winner. It already indicates that the investment that we have done indeed actually brought some benefits to the province and to the country. And with her age, she'll still be able to go in future and even deliver us more results and make us proud as a province and as a country. We can see that because she's still very young. She's 15 years old. That means she can at least compete in two more, at least as a minimum at 2 more Olympics, which means opportunities is there. Sometimes in life, when you fall, you must not actually stay down, you must get up and move.
Thank you so much, MEC. Boipelo, last words coming from you. What will your words of encouragement be to other aspiring skaters?
My words to other skaters would be that if you have a dream, work hard towards it, always keep God in the process and just believe in it.
Thank you so much. Well, Desiree, there we have it, coming from Boipelo, who arrived here a few minutes ago, saying that she's going to move on, and the injury that happened to her, it's not going to set her back in life, inspiring also others, also telling the provincial government that more needs to be done for the sport taking its rightful place, just like any other sports, like your cricket and your netball, and also giving some words there to Tatiana Schoonmaker, world record 2 minutes 18 seconds, who clinched that gold medal for us this morning, which is actually our first, and congratulations to her as well. But with that said, it's back to you in studio.
Not quite the required outcome, but we're glad to have her home, and of course we'll be watching for her future. Thank you so much, Reginald, for that update.